Hi everybody, quick update on my weight loss and various bits and pieces. I just sound like a right moaner, so it's like I think, shall I put a video on and think, no, because I'm just going to sound like a right moaning old mare. I'm 44 and I sound like I'm like in my 70s, 80s, it's ridiculous. So weight loss wise, I'm bobbing around the same way. Last time I weighed in, I was 211 £211, and I which takes me back to exactly 16 stone weight loss altogether. So that's my before pictures. Sorry, my cats are on one. So yeah, I weighed in yesterday at 29.3. However, I've gone back up again today. I'm in quite a lot of pain and discomfort with my hips. I'm just like a right moaning old mare. I got sent for a hip x-ray, so I've had various tests for various things. In the end, he sent me for a hip x-ray. My GP has been brilliant. I found a lovely GP. He only works like a couple of days a week, and I've managed to find him, and he's brilliant. So he sent me for a hip x-ray. I had my hip x-ray. My results came back. So they phoned me up and said, you need to come in. And I was like, right, so there's obviously something wrong. So I went in a couple of weeks ago. Not last Friday, the Friday before. Went in to see him. I have got slight arthritis in my left hip, and he turned around and said, you've got arthritis in your left hip. And I went, yeah, but it's my right one that really hurts. My left one does hurt, don't get me wrong, but I went, it's my right one. So it's my hip and then my lower back, and it started to hurt in my groin and all sorts. It's all kicking off. So he was like, right, he said, yeah, you've done something else to that side. I've got something, basically the back of my hip, there's something crest it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I've torn the ligaments and the muscles away from that, my bone. And he's like, right. And I went, so what do you want me to do? He said, pain relief. I said, I'm on pain relief already. I take ibuprofen, paracetamol twice a day. Well, not twice a day. Take them as much time as I need. So sometimes it's 4 times a day. If it's really bad, I'll take cocodamol, which I think is why I'm bobbing around the same weight. Information-wise, I've worked out, because I weigh myself daily, that I weigh the same when I'm in pain. I weigh more when I take an opioid. So if I take an opioid the day before, so if I take cocodamol, I then weigh more the next day. So it makes me retain water. It must do something to me. So that's why I'm sort of bobbing around the same way, I think, because I've got inflammation. So anyway, I said, what are you going to do? And he said, right, I can give you tramadol. And I said, well, I'll take the prescription, but I'm only going to use it if I absolutely have to. I really, really not that thingy about using tramadol. And then he turned around and said, I said, well, I've got a physio appointment booked for next week. Anyway, so I have got a physio appointment booked for next week. So I've still do some of the bum exercises. I'm still doing yoga every day. I still swim every day. I'm still hooping every day for about 10-15 minutes. I'm hooping for, and I'm still trying to do my glute exercises, because I've got quite, see, it just sounds like I'm moaning all the time, because I've got quite flexible hips. My glute muscles are not as good as they should be. So I've been doing glute exercises. So I've been doing those as well. But I don't want to do too much until I go and see the physio, because like my GP said, you need to go and see the physio, because they'll tell you what exercises you should be doing and what exercises you shouldn't be doing. So apparently the thing that I've done to my right hip, which is tear the muscles away, can be caused by injury. In fact, it can be caused by loads of things. But thinking about it, I've had that for about 2 years. Off and on, I've had it for around 2 years. So I think I've done it a while ago. I remember standing in Asda a couple of years ago thinking, will you hurry the hell up, because I need to go and sit down, because this is killing me. You know, when you're in so much pain, you're just like, seriously, you're just getting really knocked. That was me a couple of years ago, and I specifically remember that. So I think I've had it I think I did it a while ago. Whatever I've done a while ago. My anxiety has also been quite bad. See, I just moan all the time, but I have carried on. So I've hit most of my targets. The only target that I haven't hit, and I have had a chat with Kelly about it, is my steps. Some days I've breezed through my steps. I've only got 7,000, and some days I breeze through them absolutely fine and dandy. Other days, it tends to be a Wednesday and a Sunday, I just don't. And then I end up doing sort of 40 minutes of hooping, because I can't go for a walk, because it's after a while that hurts. So I was like, on those days, I'm disregarding the my step count, because most of the time on Sunday I've done an hour's swim. Most of the time on Wednesday I've done an hour's swim. So it's not like I haven't exercised. It's just I'm adding extra on. And I love hooping, but 40 minutes of hooping is just far too much for me. I'm just like, I've got other things I need to be doing. So yeah, that's the only things that I don't, they tend to be the only days that I don't hit it anyway, and I've just said those days I'm just disregarding it. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. I seem to be bobbing around the same way. I mean, that's my before, that's when I started with Kelly, and that's my now. So and my body shape is changing. I'm fitting into clothes that I haven't fitted into for months and months and months. I put my bra on this morning, and it's one that I bought after I put because I put 3 stone on again. So after I put 3 stone on, I had to buy some more bras, and I mean, I've managed to do it all the way up today because they're too loose. So my body shape is changing even though the scales aren't moving. So I know that that's happening. But yeah, so that's where I am. I'm a moaning mare. My poor partner, I get it a lot. Then yesterday I swear to God, yeah, I'm getting my money out of the NHS at the moment. I suffer with Raynaud's, so my hands and my feet go all sorts of colours. My circulation is poor. I mean, that's what my hands look like sometimes. So yeah, went for my Raynaud's appointment. I went, right, because they can prescribe, a rheumatologist can prescribe stuff that your GP can't try. So my GP's tried the stuff that he can try. So I thought, right, I'll go and get my formal diagnosis and try, because my hands also get really, really sore, like crack and bleed really badly. So I was explaining my symptoms, and I went, yeah, I said, cracking. I said, these are my hands when I've got Raynaud's. And he went, yeah, all right then. And I said, this is what my hands look like. And he went, that's not Raynaud's. And I was like, right. I said, I always thought it was. He went, no. He said, if you get cuts on your hands, because I get cuts on my fingers and stuff, I get little sores on those. He said, that's Raynaud's. He said, but your knuckles, that's nothing to do with Raynaud's. That's dermatology. So I'm going to refer you to dermatology. So I'm getting a referral to dermatology as well. It's like, are you sure? He went, yeah. He went, that is not Raynaud's. He said, feet-wise, I have given myself chilblains before because my feet have been so cold, and I've got into a bath and I literally can't feel my feet. It's been too hot and I've given myself chilblains. So I said, I know I've done that. And he said, yeah. And I got a picture of it, and he went, yeah, that's chilblains. But yeah, hands and yeah, so that's where I am with that as well. It's all kicking off, I swear to God. I'm only 44. I was walking into, I go into care homes for my job. That's what I do. So I was walking into one the other day with my varifocals on and thinking, I've got arthritis in my hip. I've got varifocals on and arthritis in my hip, and I'm 44. Even the rheumatologist said yesterday, he said, oh, you're a bit young for arthritis. And I went, yeah, I have lost a lot of weight though. And I said, it's probably wear and tear to do with that. And he was like, how much have you lost? And I went, well, at the moment it's 16 stone. And he was like, that's really good. So I showed him a picture. And I went, and he went, no, that's really good. He said, I struggle to lose a couple of kilos. And I was like, but I shouldn't have got to that weight in the first place. He went, that's done. He said, you've dealt with it. He said, you've got it off. He said, you've done brilliantly, which is so nice to hear, because I've been doing this for quite a while now. Obviously, I started my weight loss journey in 2015, and it took me 3 years to get to goal. So I've been doing the rest for quite a while. So I've been sort of maintained for quite a while until last October. It's October time that did it. And then since then, I just lost the plot and put 3 stone on. So he's like, no, you're doing really, really well. He said, you basically, he said, whatever's done is done. You've sorted it now. So yeah, that's where I am weight loss wise. But anyway, I hope everyone is safe and well. I'll go and moan to somebody else now. Please take care of yourselves. See you later. Goodbye.